Hello and welcome back to Fairhead. You joined me in May still, we didn't move on last month, and what I've decided to do is all of these grass bales, we're actually going to keep them. Now the reason for that is we can feed them straight to the cows, and it gives you a mix of pretty much all feed types, and it sort of just makes sense to keep hold of them. As long as I don't go too close to these silage bales and pick them all up, we'll be alright. So I'm going to pick a load of these up, and before we move into June, we really need to get some lime down on the grass fields. So I've got the lime spreader ready to go, it's full. Chances are we are going to have to fill that up again, but as long as we can get the lime down on the grass fields, we can try and get these in a better state. Wow, but I couldn't do that again. And get some decent yields off them. I feel like 36, was it 36 bales in the last episode? It's not a massive amount from the size and the amount of space that we've got on these fields, so bit more lime. Definitely spray with fertiliser, but I want to make sure that we get everything as good as possible. And then we're actually going to start outlining a couple of arable fields to go over there in the area that we mowed last time, which should give us a lot more sort of freedom to try out new things, different, rather than just putting the same few things in every time. And that silage that we've got in the bunker we could possibly sell. The silage that we've got baled up will most likely get sold. So yeah, I'll get these picked up, and I'll be back with you when I'm ready to start liming these fields. Okay, so we've moved into the ford. I'm hoping this actually is all what we need. I mean, we should be able to lime it. It's on its no growth stage whatsoever, so we'll just have to sort of give it a go and see what happens. So if we can actually start getting up, yeah, very, very slowly, but we can still make it. So it is spreading, it's just not really taking the pH to exactly where we want it. As you can see, the target marker there. But we'll just get as much of this done as we can. And I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so we've used up a full load. Let's just see what that's done now. So pH value bad, 15, 20, 51, 25. What's this? It's not really done much at all, has it? Let's see if it's done anything for the others. It's just really bad. I guess. Well, I'm going to finish liming it anyway, and I'll move on to June. So I will see you in June. Okay, so it is now June. We really need to go and get them fields fertilised, but I thought first what we'll do is we'll just go and outline where we'll do one field, maybe at the top, in this new area. So I'm going to turn on allow create fields. Yep. Perfect. So I think we'll basically go across the top. I've just thought probably turn that round as well. So for and Where was it? You know what? We'll just go with that. So we'll drop it in here. We'll just go in a nice sort of line along this wall. And we'll go probably along the top there. Make it quite a lot. It doesn't want to be too big, but a decent size will make sense. So we're creating a field now which wouldn't have otherwise existed, I guess. So follow where we've cut. It's going to be quite large. It takes some time to actually to plough all this in when it's actually to that point. I don't want it to be sort of too much on the slope there. That looks like it's going to be really difficult, especially if using a small harvester, for instance. Might be a little bit tricky, to say the least. So follow this hedge along, and we want to try and line up sort of where we went. Oh, that is going to be big. Maybe we'll just sort of cut across here and make two, which was kind of the original plan anyway. So I'll go and get this outlined, and possibly outline a second field as well, and then I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay, so looking at the size of these two fields that I've just outlined, we've easily doubled our arable setup. I mean, you can see them on the minimap anyway, but look at the size of them. They're going to be perfect. And they're fairly flat considering how steep this slope actually is. So I'm just going to get to the end of this row. I'll come and finish ploughing this up in a little bit. What we'll do first though is go and fertilise all of our grass fields and then come back to this. But definitely worth doing. Our two arable fields that we do have, as you can see, both over there, coming along nicely. I don't think they need any more work. We can go and check them before we fertilise the grass, but I'm pretty certain they're pretty much as good as they're going to get. So let's just get to the end of here, and then we'll jump out and go for a quick run across the fields. We'll leave this here because we are going to use it again shortly. See if there's something I can skip to that's closer. That's a bit closer. And we will need that in a minute. No, let's go and have a quick look at these two fields that we've got. I'm just hoping the soil types in them two new fields are going to be okay. So the first one, we've got barley growing. Everything looks absolutely fine for that. Expected yield 117 to 113%. And then we've got the field down here, which is quite a bit of a runaway. But once we've harvested field 3, we could actually potentially sell that and keep expanding south and make use of that space that hasn't been used on the map yet. We shall see. I believe this was barley as well, wasn't it? No, it's wheat. Yield potential's pretty bad on this, actually. Yeah, I didn't lime it before. Really bad in places. Yeah. Right, anyway, let's go and get that sprayer. And we'll get in them grass fields and get them sprayed off. So we'll start in exactly the same direction we did before. Start this unfolding about here. Oh, it does look bad. Raise that up and get it switched on. I think, to be honest, it's just the soil types on these grass fields are pretty bad, and if that is the case, it's going to be really bad for making 2 arable fields up here. I should really have thought about that first, but it's done now. We'll have to just see how it goes, I guess. Right, I'll get these done in a quick time lapse, and I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, we're coming to a very close end to fertilising this grass. And hopefully the yield will be okay on it all now. We'll have to wait and see. But another thing I've been thinking about while we've been fertilising this field, if it'll actually finish it off, yep, is I really need to figure out a permanent solution for the slurry. We've got another 90,000 litres of it, and I really don't know what to do with it. So if anybody's got any suggestions, please do let me know, and we'll see what we can do about getting rid of all the slurry on the farm. It could be a case of just leaving the cows out all year round, maybe getting rid of the cow barn and putting some sheds in there so we can actually put our equipment away properly, because it's a bit of a mess here at the minute, isn't it? I should really tidy it up. But that being said, we're at a point now where we need the case back. Make sure it's still on allow create fields. Rotate plough is B. I was correct. Is it all? Does look like it. Right, so I am going to plough as much of this up as I can, and then at some point we need to really get on with soil sampling. So I'll plough up a load of this, and we might need to go and get a soil sampler after we're all done here, but we definitely will. And it leaves us, what do we do with this bottom section below these two fields? I don't know yet. Maybe we'll just mow that up with the rest of the grass. Anyway, I'm rambling. I will see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we've got one of the two fields ploughed in. Arguably that's probably the smaller of these two, but still, that one's done. We're going to have a quick look at the calendar now. It's probably going to save, yes, just to see what we could potentially plant in this year. So I reckon it's definitely worth maybe getting some canola planted in. I'm not going for these. I don't even think we'd fit the equipment around the map to actually get them out of the ground. So really it's going to be canola and wheat or barley, unless we leave one for maybe oats or soybeans. But certainly we'll get two fields planted with cereal crops and oil crops. We've got two already that are cereal, so they could probably actually both go with being canola, and then these two could be cereal again. That might actually be the way to go, as long as I've got enough time to actually harvest and plant everything in. But I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself there, I guess. Pretty good at doing that. We really need to get these ploughed, and we need to get the crop sensor, the soil sampler in, to see what type of soil we actually have up here. So I'll do this field off camera. I'm not going to time lapse ploughing field a second field, and I will be back with you in a few minutes. Well, to you it'll be a few seconds. Okay, so we've got both of them fields ploughed up. They're quite a large area really when you look at that in comparison to the cow area, comparison to even our fields over there. They are quite large and will do us more than enough. So what I should probably do is jump out of flight mode, jump into the class, get rid of this plough, and nip and go and get the crop sensor, which I have just rented. Soil sampler, which I have just rented. So I'll do that. I'll come back to you, and we'll do some soil samples, and hopefully the area will be okay. I mean, it's very hopeful, I know, but there you go. Okay, so we are back with the soil sampler, and we're going to jump straight in and get this done. I'm hoping that we've got some good soil types here, but we shall see. Let's see. Basically straight line it down the middle, I guess. So we've got the soil samples. Send them for analysis. Okay, and then while we wait for that to come through, we will return that. Oh, soil samples have just come through. Okay, I'm happy with that. Sandy loam and loamy sand. They're really good, actually. It might be worth extending further down. We shall see. That's brilliant. That's a lot better. Excellent. So we can actually get some decent yield out of all that then, hopefully, once we start coming to planting. But we've got them. They're done. We are expanding our arable operation nice and rapidly at the rate of that. Might even be worth getting another one ploughed up down there now I've seen that. So, I'm happy with that. Definitely worth doing. So we'll go and put the class back, and the last thing we'll do is we'll go and get the telehandler and just put a couple of bales in with the cows to sort of finish off and round out the day. Here it is. Pretty sure my bale spike, well, my pallet forks are in here, which I've been using rather than bale spikes. Still don't know how to get rid of that bug that's causing the all the silage to drop out of there either. So, there you go. So we've got the bucket off. Cool. Happy days. Right, let's go and get a couple of grass bales. We have got 2 more left next to the silo, which is the ones we'll use. We'll just not drive over the silo because I carried a couple over there before and it all decided to go inside, which I wasn't expecting. Let's see, is it easy for me to see in here? Probably. They don't have to be stacked brilliantly. Right. Well, let's see if I can go without catching the trigger. Otherwise we'll end up losing a bale. Hey hey. Right, let's get in there and feed these cows a little bit more of this grass. It's quite steep this bit, but a lot smoother now. I've done a little bit more. Ah, I'll just have to pick that one back up, I guess. And then we'll see how they're doing. Whoops. Might be worth sticking the forks in the bale rather than pushing the bale around. There we go. Right, so let's see how the cows are doing. $23,000 litres of food. They definitely need some more water before next time, so I'll definitely get that done. And the health 100%, beautiful. And they've got all a nice mixture of food. Excellent. Right, so that is all I've got time for today. If you enjoyed the episode, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time for more on Fairhead when we carry on with our arable expansion. Goodbye.